Hello friends, hope you all are fine. So friends, today I am going to discuss about the circulatory system organs and their functions. The circulatory system is a mechanism through which blood is transported to various parts of the body. The movement of blood within the human body is known as the circulation, and the organs that constitute this mechanism are known as the circulatory system organs. The human heart takes less than a minute to pump blood to every cell in the body. The human circulatory system comprises the heart, blood and blood vessels which help in transforming essential nutrients and blood throughout the body. For every part of the body to function, every comprising cell requires myriad nutrients like sugars, vitamins, minerals and gases like oxygen. The circulatory system ensures that these vital molecules are collected from the appropriate sites and delivered to every single cell of the body. The knowledge of the structure and functions of these organs has helped physicians and medical experts find cures for many critical health problems. The heart is the central organ of the circulatory system and pumps blood into the blood vessels which carry it to all the body parts. The average heart rate is normal person is 72 beats per minute. So one can imagine the speed at which blood flows through the body. The amount of the blood present in the human body is about 7% of the body weight. Also, the body processes about 2,000 gallons of blood. Through the course of one day, this following blood covers an average distance of about 60,000 miles. Organs of the circulatory system. Primarily speaking, there are three basic components of the circulatory system: blood, which carries the required molecules; the heart, which serves as a pump; blood vessels, which transport blood throughout the body. There are two circulatory divisions that function simultaneously. The pulmonary circulation transports the blood from the heart to the lungs for oxygenation and brings it back to the heart. The rest of the body is not involved in this process. The systemic circulation carries the blood received through the pulmonary circuit from the heart to the rest of the body and transport deoxygenated blood back to the heart, which then proceed through the pulmonary circuit for oxygenation. Both these circulatory units thus function at the same time and carry out the complex and rapid circulation of blood within the body. Heart. The human heart is one of the most fascinating and crucial organs in the human body. It pumps oxygen-filled blood to every living cells in the body. Structure of human heart. As the heart beats throughout the lifetime of an individual and is important for survival, it is made of specialized muscles called cardiac muscles. The human heart is divided into four chambers. The upper chambers are known as atria, when the lower ones are the ventricles. In the intervertebral septum divides the right and left ventricles, while the right and left artery are divided by the interstitial septum. It also has four unidirectional valves which control the flow of blood in and out of the chambers. The tricuspid valve ensures blood from the right atrium to the right ventricle, whereas the mitral valve controls blood flow from the left atrium to the left ventricle. The pulmonary valve regulates blood from the right ventricle into the pulmonary artery, which leads to the lungs. The aortic valve regulates blood flow from the left ventricle to the aorta. The aorta arising from the heart branches into arteries, whereas the veins of the blood converge to form the superior vein cava, which carries deoxygenated blood into the heart. Functions of human heart. The main functions of heart is pumping blood throughout the body and is constantly receiving, purifying and transporting blood. Right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from the vena cava, which is then pumped into the right ventricle through the tricuspid valve. The contraction of the ventricle results in pumping of the blood to the lungs through the pulmonary valve and pulmonary arteries. Oxygenated blood from the lungs is carried by the pulmonary veins and is entered the left atrium. The blood is further pumped into the left ventricle via the bicuspid valve and then through the aortic valve into the aorta. The aorta and its branches supply the oxygen-rich blood to the various parts of the body. Blood. Blood is a liquid tissue which is carried by the blood vessels for transporting oxygen and nutrients to the cells. It is composed of blood cells which are suspended in a liquid called blood plasma. Components of blood. The non-cellular components of the blood comprises plasma, which accounts for 55% of the blood volume and is made up of 92% of water. Various proteins, glucose, minerals, hormones as well as gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide are present in the plasma. The cellular component is made up of red blood cells, erythrocytes, white blood cells, leukocytes and platelets. The red blood cell contains a metalloprotein called hemoglobin, which plays a crucial role in the transport of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Functions of blood. Blood transfers the oxygen obtaining through inhalation in the lungs to all the tissues of the body. Blood absorbs oxygen from the lungs which flowing in the capillaries near the small air sacs called alveoli. This oxygen is permeated into the red blood cell where it combines with hemoglobin. This oxygenated blood is transported to the heart and then to the various tissue. Deoxygenation of blood. In the heart, oxygen molecules bound to hemoglobin are released and they diffuse through the capillaries to reach the tissue. Carbon dioxide molecules for the tissue diffuse into the bloodstream through the capillaries and bind to the hemoglobin molecules. This process is called deoxygenation of the blood. This deoxygenated blood is then carried to the heart and route to the lungs for oxygenation. In the lungs, the carbon dioxide molecules are replaced by oxygen molecules. The carbon dioxide molecules are transferred to the alveoli and expelled during the exhalation process. Carries nutrients to the various parts of the body. It transports hormones from the endocrine glands to their target tissues. It also helps in the removal of metabolic waste products like lactic acid from muscles and urea from the liver. Blood even helps regulate and maintaining the body temperature. Leukocytes or white blood cells promote immunity and protects the body against various diseases and infections. The coagulant agent in blood helps in the blood clotting process, thus preventing excessive bleeding in the event of an injury. Also, antibodies, cytokines and other molecules present in the blood play a vital role in the providing immunity against foreign bodies and pathogens. Blood vessels. Though blood vessels are not organs, their presence is essential for every organ system of the body. Through an endless network comprising hundreds of thousands of blood vessels, blood is made accessible to every part of the body. Structure of blood vessels. Blood vessels are an intricate network of hollow tubes which carry blood from the heart to different parts of the body.